Christmas time is once a year. Every creature holds it dear. Every animal, big or small. Christmas means the world to us all. It's once a year, it's Christmas time. When we hear about how Christmas only comes once a year.
Hello, and welcome to Just Another Horror Podcast.
Let's tell everybody, we just got lost in the Evansville cemetery.
Oh, yeah. We've been gone for 2 months in a cemetery, but we're back.
Maybe Evansville.
Evans City. Evansville. That's close.
It was crazy getting out of there.
Well, just so everybody knows, I brought the table and I brought a microphone, but when we got there and on the way there, it was pouring down rain. So what we decided to do was walk around, and I held the microphone in my hand, and it sounds terrible.
Oh, does
it sounds fucking awful. I mean, write in if you want to hear it, but I wouldn't. So
you drug us out in the rain for nothing.
All right, fine, I'll release it. I mean, I started editing it. And
I got
was
some
like,
pictures.
God damn! Yeah, there's proof we were there. We were recording a show, but the one for Amityville Horror, you could hear my transmission throughout the entire episode. And then when we got there, you heard us shuffling around for the entire episode. But we're back, and you are
Cobra.
and you are
Ben,
all right. And this is Don't Open Till Christmas.
first time watch for me.
Mm.
My pick,
Yeah.
actually. So.
I never even heard of this. I
Second
knew there
time
was a
watch.
movie out there where Santa got his dick cut off, but that's all I knew. I didn't know what it was. What year?
1984. Looks about 1976,
Oh,
but
yeah.
Starts off just like Maniac. We get a POV and
Yeah.
some heavy breathing.
there's a few.
What a weird opening.
There's a few Maniac
And
references.
pieces.
Or,
Lots of
there's-
pieces.
Yeah.
There's an
there's-
entire scene that's right out of pieces.
See, I've never seen Pieces. You guys always talk about this
Oh,
masterpiece.
you weren't here for that.
No, that was-
white gold.
That was Edmund Purdom. He was the killer. So
Was it- that's not the same guy. Was he in? He wasn't in Wicker Man, right? He wasn't the. That's not the
No, it's not
inspector from.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
But Edward Purdom has played lots and lots of detectives, and somehow he got stuck in exploitation films in the 80s. I guess he just ran out of work. So
He directed this one though, huh?
part of it.
Didn't he just walk out
He
or
walked
something?
out, and you could tell because there's some scenes that look like they were filmed in a basement, maybe. The interrogation scene with the stripper, it looks like they walked into the
Oh
bathroom
my
somewhere.
god,
Oh,
speaking
yeah.
of that stripper.
Oh boy.
There are so many weird things that are going on
Yes,
in
but
this movie.
It's so.
I don't hate
It's
it.
so sleazy.
How is the
awesome.
kid, like, I want to get to this. How is the killer, is he like out looking for Santa Clauses
I guess.
and just getting lucky and finding them?
Well, okay, so I was kind of wondering that too, and I think it was much bigger back then. Where like New York City, like big cities,
Mhm.
Santas just running around everywhere. There's department stores they're all working at. And
These ones don't seem like they're working. They seem like they're drunk almost.
well,
all
they're
of
probably
them.
it's at night, so I picture they just got off work and
Okay.
are out getting smashed. But I assume it's kind of the same. Like London, there's just Santas running around everywhere during a
And to
week
be
before
honest,
Christmas.
this doesn't feel like Christmas. It just feels like people are dressed like Santa for no reason. Like,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no mention of Christmas.
They should show like 2 shots when Perdom's walking down the street of this same department store with a few toys in the window, but that
Yeah.
is about it.
Yeah. But I still like it. London looks
Yeah,
great at night. It just
I
looks
don't hate it.
creepy as shit. The small alleys.
The movie opens in an alley. We have Santa Claus parked his car in the alley so he could get some. And
I do have to applaud whoever uploaded that clean cut to YouTube.
God
because-
damn it, you lucky bastard.
What?
What? You didn't find
Did you
it?
not have the
The subtitles from another country?
Oh yeah, but it was in English at least. Like,
Yeah,
no,
they
not what I got.
Well, no. The subtitles were Greek, I think.
It was great.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the clarity of the picture.
Oh yeah.
It
Because-
just kept saying "dirt chainsaw" on the button.
Exactly.
I'm like, what the fuck is
Because
going on?
I did find that I do have a copy of this, but it was included in one of those like 50 horror film
Is it
box
look good
sets.
or is it look
It's
shit?
fucking awful. It looks like someone just smeared Vaseline
Yeah, this
all
looked
over
great. So,
all over the film.
All right, so the credits are a Santa Claus on fire, and I don't, whatever.
I like that.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I liked it. It reminded me of like Halloween, how they always open with like a pumpkin doing something.
This had a lot of awesome slasher elements, but it also had
Jello.
giallo a lot.
Like
I
that
think
you
it
actually
really-
saw the black gloves.
Yeah. So we go to what must be a costume party of some sort.
looks
I was just like,
Disco party.
who are these people?
Yeah.
Which I've seen.
Someone talks about that guy is dressed like a gay old queen or something.
Mm.
But just like Wicker Man, though, these people aren't good-looking people. They're just like your.
No.
They just look like your average.
And you can't capture. I was talking to Robin about this. Like, you can't capture that dance scene in like today's.
No.
It's so like looking at people dance in the '80s. It's so outrageous looking. Like they're just like
They're not moving to the rhythm of the music at all. They're
No.
just fucking.
everyone's
flailing
bouncing
around.
their own way.
You have to. Everything is put in post-production, right?
Mhm.
Most of the sound, like most of the lines that people are saying, like that's all.
That's why what's his name's dance in Friday the 13th 4 looks so weird. Is because he was dancing to Back in Black.
That's right.
And they put a different song over top of it.
Crispin Glover.
We meet a guy who has a mullet, and
Ah, he's so
what is
sleazy.
his name?
Just
Cliff.
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 Okay.
That's it.
I guess he's sort of the main character, but he sort of
What
goes
is
away
he?
at some point.
He's a red herring.
What
at
is
one
he,
point.
and what is his relationship to Kate? I think her name is.
Soon to
they're
be
dating.
ex-boyfriend, I think.
Okay, but does he run this bar?
No.
Because at
I
one
think-
point we see him panhandling.
No,
playing
he's
flute in
a
the
flute
street.
player looking for money. Oh, that's what I'm thinking. Like these people live in like a penthouse, and
Yeah,
he's fucking playing a flute for nickels and dimes on the street.
Must be pretty good. I
yeah,
didn't
and then
think
he's
so,
trying
but-
to, and he's trying to. He's got even sleazier friends, Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wonder what their relationship was.
I pinned Jerry for the killer early on. I'm like, creepy bald guy taking pictures of
This-
women in his basement.
I thought they did a really good job of whodunit. I mean,
I had all kinds of different ideas. of who
yeah,
did it.
kind of. But then
Come on.
once you find out who it is, and you go back and think, okay, look at that mask again, those eyes, and you're like, okay, that's
Not only that, but like that character comes in for no reason.
Everywhere.
Does nothing. Was not at the newspaper he said he was at. I mean, everything about him.
But the sergeant goes, so where do you work? And it's like, you're not concerned, this guy told you.
How about him breaking into your office? He's just sitting in there.
Yeah.
I was looking for a light. I'm Giles.
Sorry, let's get back to John's favorite kill, right?
Oh, the spear in the mouth.
Out of nowhere.
I fucking lost it. I started laughing. I'm like, I'm gonna love this movie. I can tell already.
Yeah, I was like, a wooden spear being thrown through a bar was quite unexpected.
Yeah, like there's all these people there, and no one really reacts. They're like, oh shit.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, and
there's
it's the one
this,
guy.
like,
It's
5 second
Kate's
pause.
dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other thing was that it's a room full of people, and no one sees anyone throw a spear.
Yeah. And it was a huge spear.
Yeah.
You'd have to have.
How did he
Fucking
get through the
huge
door?
monster, yeah.
And then Cliff sees like this shrunken head in a.
He thinks that it's a person?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he thinks
because
that it's a
later on
costume.
he's like, "What about that shrunken head I told you about?"
Oh, that's the clue that's going to break the case.
Like, what the fuck?
This doesn't really affect Cliff
No.
at all. He
Oh,
just
no.
keeps doing his normal thing.
He's basically the next day, or a couple days later maybe, trying to get Kate, who just lost her father, to do a photo shoot maybe?
Yeah,
To
and
make some money.
He acts very, very normal about it. He's like, yeah, just take your clothes off right over there. Stand there and get your picture taken.
Yeah, she has the awesome line, my father's just been murdered. I can't concentrate.
Yeah, I have that written down.
So after the Santa gets killed in the bar, then they introduce the Scotland Yard inspectors, the detectives on the case for the Santa murders, I think they call it.
Perdom is leading the case right now, and then Pal is like
He's just
It's
kind
like
of
a
there.
second- second in command, I guess.
under him.
If you're to solve this mystery personally, what's your promotional potential?
Oh, that's
So the
Giles.
Yeah, he's like trying to convince the guy to solve the crime.
We don't get Giles yet, do we?
Not quite, because there's another
No,
Santa that
we
gets
get-
killed. He's
oh,
like
it's awesome. He's
chestnuts
yeah,
or
Santa
something.
roasting on an open fire.
That's awesome.
I'm so clever.
What about these nuts? Roasting
that's
on an
much
open
better.
fire. From Scary Movie 2.
But boy, he burst into flames really quick.
Yeah, I
what
lost
was
it
that
then,
costume
too.
made of?
I was watching it and Garrett walked into the room and then Santa caught on fire and he just kind of like slowly walked back out of the room.
Nope.
So the title of the movie is on a box
Yeah.
that the guy's delivering. I'm like, ooh, clever.
That
nice.
stupid lady that we don't know her role is like, "You got a package."
So was he delivering it to Harris or what?
He was delivering it to Harris,
His brother, yeah.
but the gift
Oh.
said, "Don't know."
Oh!
Oh no!
Spoiler! And his real name was Harrison.
Can you believe it?
Wow.
There were so many twists and turns.
Hey, did you guess it?
I had already seen it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they said he gets a package that just says "Don't open until Christmas," but it's not addressed from anybody. Would you open that package?
Now, no. Back then, probably.
Okay.
No, if it said "Don't open till Christmas" on it, wouldn't you be a little like?
I'd open it after he left, first of all. Yeah, fuck off.
This is where we get Kate saying, "My father's just been murdered." She can't concentrate. I think he was trying to get her to do like a photo shoot or something. I guess she's some sort of model.
Giles
Is
calls
she?
the Daily News here. Or
I don't know.
The
Or
other
is she a
one's called
singer?
Carl.
Is she like a singer? Or...
I'm not sure, but like the other one is a quote-unquote model. So I don't know if they're both models or what, because I don't think she is.
Giles runs into her at one point.
Yeah, I'll get to that about what went on there, as opposed
Well,
to
that's-
every other Santa.
That's before
And then we get another Santa
Santa
murder.
gets shot through the head.
It's another
Yeah,
drunk
that was
Santa
a
walking
weird.
in
Was
an
that a
alley.
weird? That was a weird cut, right? At one point, I thought
He walked.
the
up
gun
to
went off before
Yeah.
the gun barrel went in the mouth. Like it was a weird cut edit. I guess.
This killer is really fucking good at what he does, because that gun goes right into his mouth without any effort whatsoever.
Yeah.
He kills people in so many different ways.
I know.
He spears through the mouth.
I
He
do
sets
like
them
that.
on fire.
I like that too. He has no MO.
Yeah,
Is that
most.
it? Like he's just killing people with whatever
I
he's
feel
got.
like if you want to make a realistic slasher, you have a guy doing the same shit. It wouldn't be as exciting, but that would make more sense. A guy that's just like killing with anything he can get. Like he takes a rope at one point and goes out and chokes a guy.
Yeah, I think. Doesn't
Yeah.
I don't remember.
If
that
you
one.
got titties though, you're
You're fine.
okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Which makes me so confused because at the end of the movie,
You'd think
Yeah.
he'd be pissed off
yeah,
at naked women.
You think he would have
And-
cut her titties
Yeah.
off?
Maybe that one scene. Maybe that was just that creepy. That was the first time you really saw the mask, right? That clear mask,
I think so.
which all the villains in Police Academy Part 3 had. That clear facial mask with the rosy cheeks on. Yeah, creepy as
Very
shit.
popular.
Well, Giles kind of gives away that he's the killer in the next scene, because Kate is like, talking about how she lost her dad, and he wouldn't know anything about that, and he's like, yes, I do, and then it just kind of cuts away.
Might have been in the papers.
mean-
I guess you could chalk it up to that.
They're throwing clues at you left and right.
Do we get to the naked guys yet, or the Jerry?
That's where we're at right now.
Oh, where Cliff talks Kate into going to his friend Jerry's studio. He's a photographer. What did Cliff think was going to happen here?
He seemed pretty confident everything was going to turn out his way, but
Orgy?
yeah, I think so.
Or swapping? Or
And he's
Something.
he's really confused as to why this woman wouldn't want to do that. Right after her dad died, and clearly doesn't like this guy. So
Someone says it'll make you nip stand out.
oh yeah, go outside.
Jerry, he's the sleaziest guy. But I do love where he gets the Santa costume out for Kate to wear, and quote is set off by the Santa costume. It was just really funny. Jerry's going, "Oh, I've done it again."
And then what's even weirder is Cliff is going outside with the
Oh,
naked
with the
model
naked- yeah.
while his girlfriend
He
left.
was, yeah,
Cliff's a piece of shit.
yeah.
What is he? He's just
Not
wants to
sure.
fuck anybody that's there, I guess,
Oh, yeah.
huh?
But
So this brings up an interesting question. Like, if you know there's Santa murders going on, why are you dressing like Santa? Like anybody else for the rest of the movie?
well,
It starts here. Why would you go outside dressed as Santa?
yeah, I guess so. Like, I was like, well, it is a big city, and chances that you would.
It's in the papers, though.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it sure seems like this guy shows up wherever. It's like he has a Santa radar or something.
Yeah, I guess
because
that's,
he's always right there.
Like the same with what's his face in the 70s, Son of Sam guy. Women were dyeing their hair
Because he was picking certain colored
because he
hair,
was
yeah.
picking blonde-haired women, and it was all over the city. So and that's New York City. So
It's a big
But-
city.
Yeah,
Good
they were
question.
dyeing their hair, and these people were like, Santa's getting killed, and I better get my costume out.
Where's my red and white outfit?
I have another classic line. They'll think we're a couple of gays.
Oh, yeah.
So much fun.
I think the cops actually do because, like,
Yeah,
They do come. They're like, what's going on up there?
that's a woman.
Yeah.
And kudos to this woman because she bears her boobs for like 5 minutes of this movie here
Yeah,
between the photo shoot and
Yeah,
the masked killer.
and it's
looked
for
her up.
literally no reason. And
She-
yeah,
I think she was a porn actress, like in the 70s, I think. So
Good for her.
I thought she delivered her lines a little better than some of the other people in the movie. Honestly,
probably been in more movies.
so she gets chased by the cops down an alley, and then she turns around and the killer's there with a razor blade, and lets her go.
This is where the killer is kind of starting to
Lets
become
her
a Jason,
go.
where he's like, wherever you run.
Yeah,
He's there, yeah.
there.
He just happens to be near a Santa at all times in the city.
But yeah, this makes no sense because later in the movie, well, I guess he does tell the stripper, like, you saw my face, or you've seen it now, I guess. But
That's
like
the
he makes it
only
sound
one-
like he's disgusted by her profession and like.
but he let this nude
But he
woman
let
walking
this,
in the street
yeah.
live.
Go.
So I don't know what's.
And why would he hasn't took anyone hostage as of so far. He's the killer.
Did maybe this old porn star had enough clout that she put it into her contract? I will not die on screen. I have no idea.
Speaking of that, we get Peep Show Girl here. There's another Santa. These are little
Oh, no,
vignettes
they-
that was like
they go-
show Santa in random scenes. Giles and Pal, they meet right after this.
Yeah, with I had her name down. I can't. Sharon, is that her name?
Oh
With
yeah,
This
the housekeeper lady.
well, no, the stripper.
Oh, the
Not the
stripper.
stripper. The girl that was just in the street with the Santa
Oh
costume.
right, they go up. She's in a.
They go meet and they're like, indecent. I'm a professional. It's so many one-liners. Classic lines in this movie. But she doesn't. She gives him one more piece of information. She claims his eyes
look
smiled.
like they're smiling.
Yeah.
That I mean, like
She'd know those eyes anywhere.
it's sort of like information, but how
Would you
are
really
eyes
take that?
smile? Yeah, what are you gonna do? Like, how are you gonna draw that? Are you gonna have the sketch artist draw eyeballs with little smiley faces in
Well, the
them? Like,
Eagles know about lion eyes.
I hate fucking Eagles.
I do too. Don't plug that.
Please, yeah, don't make me do that.
Plug Blue Oyster Cult instead.
Anything.
Anything.
Random clip of Godzilla playing right now.
So now we get Santa going to a peep show, and this is the saddest Santa I've ever seen. This poor man.
He's
has
pathetic.
Had no experiences in life.
Yeah.
This is my first time at the Peep
I
Show.
lived with my mother. She would not approve.
That's weird.
So, how long is he down there? And did this guy who was checking for Santa see him go down and take his sweet ass time getting down there? Because again, it doesn't make sense that it took so long for him to get there. It's just like he knows where Santa is, so he walks into a building where there's a Santa because he knows there's one in
Yeah.
there somehow.
I think he followed him in, watched him go in or something, and then. But they don't
That
really
could be.
show that, I guess.
Talk.
It's very. You want that song plugged?
What?
Is it? You know what? I'll just plug it and not tell you what it is, and you'll find out when you listen.
All right.
Is this where she gives him like how much everything
Yeah,
costs?
that's where
a
she's
la
like-
Maniac again, and we find out.
$50, you get anything, whatever you do on that side of the glass.
It's your
It's your
business.
business.
That's cheap though.
I feel like he would
that's
just.
1984 money, man.
I feel like he would sit on that side of the glass and just be like, "Whoa, wow!"
Forrest Gump it just.
Yeah. Well, he's murdered, and
This is a good shot.
Yeah.
He got stabbed through the neck, I think.
we get the
Blood
echoing
on the
screams
glass.
of the stripper for some reason. I don't understand.
Yeah,
Is
we
she a
get the.
stripper? Or a Peep Show dancer?
I don't
She's
know.
just a peep show dancer. She still strips, doesn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see her naked.
She probably does more than a stripper would. If $50 anything goes, she could tell her what to do.
What is she gonna do though?
I don't know.
Stick a phone up her butt?
She might. If you ask her. So,
Is that the best you can come up? All right, fine.
wait, yeah, phone up the butt is the
Or
first
she
thing
can
you
have
should-
There's
Cliff-
not a whole lot else in there to work with, I guess.
She could
Oh,
have,
I guess she has her,
she could have
walk.
Cliff bring that flute in. He can play it while it's in her vagina. I have
Giles
with
goes to the
Pal.
office
Yeah, this is
now.
where he sneaks into
Yeah.
Sergeant.
How'd he get in there? Can you just walk into police stations?
Just walk right by the desk. They're like,
I'm gonna go wait
Yeah.
in this guy's office.
And I love it. I mean, this police station, it's the worst lit
This is definitely one of those rooms I was talking about.
Yeah,
it's
it's totally like someone's basement.
Yeah.
They just put a desk, they put a map of
everywhere.
I guess it's the
all
map of London
Yeah.
behind on the wall, and then a lamp, and that's it on this guy's desk. Maybe a phone.
He's got 2 phones that he picks up.
Oh,
and
one's
just goes,
red. The bat phone. One's the bat phone. It's red.
So he tells him that he needs to watch out for his partner Harris, and leaves.
He gives him this weird. Is this where he says, "What would you do to solve this murder?" About the promotion?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
I don't know what he's talking about here. He's from the insane asylum, though.
This is
so
true.
Who signed him out?
I have no fucking idea.
So
Do you know?
No.
How's Giles get out? Edmund Verdon.
Did Harris send him out?
Harris goes and visits him once a month. Maybe he does. He's like, go wreak havoc, brother, and I'll solve all these crimes. Oh, what a great tandem.
That actually would be. But Harris can't solve this crime, so
He'll be
he's
confused.
been on the hot seat and is about to get fired.
For this one, but all the ones before.
I'm assuming it was the guy from Halloween 6 that let him out to
Oh.
go do
The
one of
Man
his
in Black?
const- Yeah, the Man in Black must have.
But Giles puts the idea into the sergeant's head to that Harris might have something to do with these murders.
But he also tells them out front, the guy that just left my office, trail him too.
Yeah, he basically and so the sergeant trails both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another scene with Santa on a
Oh,
bike.
I love drunk Santa on a
Drunk.
bike.
All these punks steal
Why
his
is Punk like
bike.
his bike? He's like terrified of them.
Yeah.
Well, it's a
This Santa chase scene
This is
takes
fucking stupid.
forever.
there's a lot of chase scenes.
And
that
where
are-
does it go?
Well, there's
It's in a wax museum church? What the fuck is that?
yeah that part took long. Just the bike chase, even getting away from the toughs, is
That was
pretty
pointless.
ridiculous. There's a lot of these cuts where it's
They
like
just steal his bike. That's it.
yeah.
Well, this is what happens when you have 3 directors and several writers and
Well, there's a lot of shots where it's like, they were just trapped in this room or this building, and now all of a sudden they're out on the street, and they ran past the killer to get out
Yeah.
there, and there's a lot of that in this movie.
this chase scene is cut horribly.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of times when the weapon is thrown at this Santa, he sees it, and it just cuts to another scene of him walking around.
Climbs down the bridge, the Santa, and then there's German Shepherds. And then the next scene, he's running down the street. Like, he got away
I
from
thought he
them.
was trying to get out of a fence and he couldn't get out.
Yeah,
Now he's
yeah,
running
he
down the
was.
street.
Yeah, and then I have, what is this place? Like some sort of torture dungeon?
Yeah, there's like bodies
wax
hanging, but there's
museum.
like pictures of Jeebus everywhere.
So, but yeah, I have a long chase, kill sequence. What the fuck?
What
Hey,
finally does happen? He gets
he
stabbed
finally
in the
gets
stomach,
stabbed,
right?
yeah.
Well, there was another person down there, right? Another female.
She got knocked
Or a
over, her
girl.
glasses got stepped on. She screamed, and that was it.
And that was it. We never
I had
heard
a
from her again.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo, I was thinking Scooby-Doo, where
Velma.
Velma's always reaching for her
Mhm.
glasses. I can't see without mine. And, but yeah, then she gets strung up. But yeah, that is like a really weird scene in the dungeon here. What this
It
place
was
is.
weird. The catacombs of London.
It's just like a S&M nativity
I was confused
scene.
because, like, if it was a nativity
Nativity
scene, they
setup.
had like a modern-looking woman hanging upside down.
She looked real, actually.
Yeah, she actually looked real, and I was really confused by that.
Yeah, because then I'm thinking maybe this is Giles' like place where he
Hangs out a lot.
hangs the bodies of the victims.
I thought
but
maybe it was one of the victims, but I don't
It
remember
led
him
to nowhere.
killing a woman. So
no, any woman he saw, he let them go because they're boobs.
yeah, why not? Sure, that's a good enough reason as any. The next day they're gonna start putting out decoys, and this pisses off Harris, who's getting taken off the case pretty much.
Yeah, Harris and Powell have a talk.
Yeah,
And Kate's hanging back out with Jerry, and I don't get that. Jerry's a sleaze.
Kate's with Jerry or Cliff?
Cliff, I meant. I wrote Jerry. Cliff. She's back with Cliff. And this is where they're at the Christmas festival. And this is where Cliff is panhandling, I think.
Yeah, he's flute playing.
she
Yeah.
stands there
I'm
with
like,
the
they
hat, and he
always
plays the
need
flute.
money.
Yeah,
But there was another 2 Santas killed.
Yeah.
But that eyeball in that one was
oh my
so
god!
ridiculously fake, but so much fun.
I think they like when they were filming it and they saw it slide down like it
Yeah.
did. They should have been like, cut right there. Don't leave that
It
in
was-
there.
And then we get the stripper being questioned.
Peep show
This
girl.
Peep
Yeah.
show, yeah.
scene is so cheap looking. This looks like something out of Scarlet Fry's Junk Food Horror Fest. Is what this looks like.
Did I ever get back to you? No.
No. Hey, if you're out there, what the fuck, man? Come on. Yeah, the questioning here too is really, really stupid. Like,
Yeah, they don't. What do they ask?
He had a
She
mask.
says about the eyes that they smiled, but
He's also mad at her for not having seen him correctly,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous.
he also his questioning is not thorough. Like they don't ask how tall he looked, what was he wearing besides the eyes that smiled. It's pretty ridiculous.
Then when he picks up the phone, this is when he picks up the phone and he just goes, doot, doot. Oh, yeah. Blah, blah. You can tell he's talking to nobody. The phone's obviously not plugged in.
Might have been an extension.
I don't know. He had 2 phones in that room, too, which is even funnier because it's just the interrogation room, and he has 2 fucking phones in there. I think it's just every scene there was a phone, there needed to be a second phone.
That's important.
She wants to get back to work, though, because she's losing money.
That's right. I think Kate calls in somewhere and she figures out that Harris goes to Parkland once a month, and she's like, Parkland?
Okay, so I think it already happened where Harris gives her his personal number, and I think he thinks he's like a stud or something. Like, here, lady, give me a call sometime.
Yeah, I
She
think she
ends
wants
up
to do
calling. She ends up calling his apartment, and his housekeeper
Thing.
lets his Alice Brady lets or I guess her name's not Brady.
Tells her without any
Might as
prompting.
well be.
Tells
Yeah.
her without any prompting everything that she wasn't supposed to tell anyone.
Yeah, basically he's at Parkland, and they don't tell you that it's an insane asylum until
'cause
later. But
People keep being like, Parkland? I'm like,
yeah,
what the fuck is
what
Parkland?
so this is where Kate starts investigating on her own.
Yeah, this is where Peep Show Girl's like, I'm not waiting for your ride. I'm going back to the station.
Again,
Or back
Maniac,
to the-
where the nurse is sitting outside the hospital.
Yeah.
And she's just like, oh, wait, someone's coming to pick me up, but I can't wait. And
And-
she just walks away.
And it's
then,
the same thing.
Yeah.
There's nobody, not one other human
Yeah.
around while this killer is stalking
This
this
is like
lady.
this
And
is
it's daytime.
Yes, daytime. But yeah, you're right. There's nobody in the streets. Looks like 28 days later out there. And he jumps through the glass partition. Must be pretty strong.
I would think so. He's got that lunatic
When you
strength.
see
man.
this guy, he doesn't seem
Ah,
like
you
he's
better-
very strong.
And you kind of hope that he waited till somebody had cleaned the glass off before, because
It's
That's blood.
not something he's thinking about, but that is definitely a...
that's so good.
Here I have, is it Harris, Giles, or Cliff? Which one's the killer?
Yeah, we're down to
They're
3
doing
here.
a good job though. This far in the movie, and you don't know who the killer is.
It could
Well,
be
and you know
could be
it's
Jerry too.
You
that
know it's
fucking
not
creepy guy.
Cliff because he was there for the very first killing.
Yeah,
Unless he was a
Kate even
copycat.
says that
Yeah.
he
I've
was
seen
right
a movie
there.
before where there were 2 Santas, so I don't know.
To All Good Night.
Mhm.
That was
And
crazy good.
so, surprise, surprise, another drunk Santa.
He gets kicked out of somewhere, the theater or something.
I don't know. Are they filming like rock videos?
Something's got. Let's just
yeah,
where
what
that
the
woman's
fuck?
like.
Yeah.
This
I
is
don't-
so funny.
I don't know what style of music this is or whatnot, but I think they're filming like a rock video.
Girl starts rubbing her ass and singing.
It says right here, an auditorium where a concert is taking place. I didn't see any
There was,
fans.
yeah, no
Oh,
fans.
there was a few.
What? No, there
Yeah,
wasn't.
they pan to the crowd every so often.
They-
There were people
I'm gonna go
there.
back and look.
I don't remember seeing that at all.
That's why I was thinking it was just
A music
they were,
video.
A music video. They were just
Yeah.
filming after hours, and
I don't know. It's pretty fancy because there's like elevators
Mhm.
and
The little thing comes up from the stage, and that's when the dead guy is on it.
Dead Santa.
Yeah, with an axe in his face.
Cleaver. I think it was a cleaver.
Cleaver.
You gotta
But it
plug
looked
this
good.
song though because it's pretty good.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, all
You
right.
would like it. Kate calls the sergeant now and tells him she thinks
Oh.
Harris might. Does she say Harris might be the killer?
Yep.
Okay, but then she goes out to
Thinks
dinner
it's
with him in a
Harris.
little bit here. But she thinks Harris might be the killer.
I think she just said that he was at Parkland Hospital and his name
That's
isn't
right.
Harris, it's Harrison. And
Yeah,
the,
Kate
the
goes
other
to
cop's
Parkland.
like, well, the cop's like, well, that's fine, but that's not the answer to this. So then she goes over to Harris's house.
Right before that is when Santa in the bathroom.
Oh, that's when he gets his dick
Yeah, he gets
cut
his
off.
dick cut off
Gets his dick
here.
cut off.
Yeah.
So again, this
What?
killer is just waiting for Santas in the bathroom.
Well, his main weapon of choice is a straight razor.
Right.
But,
Why wouldn't you cut his throat? Why
well,
would you lop off
Maybe
another
he
man's
just got
wiener?
done
He's
watching
a maniac,
I Spit
man.
on Your Grave, and he's like, I'm gonna give that a shot.
Whoop.
Yeah, then all of a sudden, cut to Kate and Harris out on a date.
Wine and dine.
Before they go on a date, they're in that apartment building of Harris's, and this is a scene straight out of Pieces. He gives her a drink, and I was waiting for the drink to be
laced with something.
And when it didn't happen, I'm like, oh, maybe Harris isn't the killer.
He puts on music right before she gets there.
Yeah, it's exactly the same as Pieces.
So ready.
Sorry, I can see your neighbor walking around.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
They're so busy.
They go to
all the
dinner.
time. I wonder what it's like to have all that time on your hands.
Powell's at his
Old
desk.
people.
Oh, Cliff comes in and sees Kate with Edmund Predominant. He's like, what are you doing?
They have to drag him away, and I think that's the last time you see him.
Yeah.
For the rest
I
of
don't
the
think
movie.
you don't see Cliff again.
Gone.
And what's he bitching about? He was out in the street with a Santa
A
stripper.
prostitute, yeah. Well, a dance photographer.
So she goes home, and Giles is there. Let himself in.
Hey, this was a pretty it's kind of shocking. I thought Kate was going to make it.
Yeah, I didn't think she was going to die here.
Yeah.
Harris and Giles are brothers.
Yeah, I have here
the big reveal.
So she's met Giles before, right?
I think.
She ran into him once.
But she still isn't as concerned as she should be
How'd
when
you
she
get
finds
in?
Giles
Yeah,
in her
he's
apartment.
just
I'm
in
like,
your apartment.
you should be really freaked out.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I'm gonna call someone. It's my British accent.
It was pretty good.
What happens here is we don't see Giles again. Kate is killed. That makes the Peep Show dancer the main character of the movie now.
Yes. Who has been taken hostage in some garage with a mattress on
Where
them.
is this at? I have
don't
no
know.
idea.
It's wherever Buffalo Bill keeps his victims.
I did see some lotion there.
Like, he had that set up, chains on the wall. That,
yeah, where'd he get this? Oh,
yeah.
God.
He made no indication throughout the movie he was ever going to need something like that, so he's not chaining up.
Powell is like, Powell shows up at Kate's house and finds her dead body.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we find out Harris is brothers with Giles.
Somewhere in
I
here.
can't remember how we find that out.
I think Giles might tell Harris, or the chick, before he kills her.
Yep.
And Powell tries to find Giles.
Powell tries to find Harris, but Harris was in his apartment the entire night, so it wasn't Harris.
So back to where Kate gets stabbed. First, she gets strangled with Garland, or is that the stripper?
No, it's her.
That's Kate. That's the strongest Garland I've ever seen in my life. Had the force to take her down.
Things were made better back in the 80s.
Apparently.
So this is pretty fucked up here. The fucking cop is chasing Giles around, and they get into a parking garage, and somehow the fucking cop gets electrocuted
He puts jumper cables somehow, and
yeah.
So we're fucking out of characters now. There's nobody left.
Elaborate electrocution plot here.
There's Harris, who we don't see till the end of the movie. There's the Peep Show girl, and there's Giles, and that's it.
Yep. Shocking
Did
people.
you see,
Yeah,
too,
It
that
really is.
the Peep Show girl was like, honestly, I'm not going to try anything, and they panned down to her fingers being crossed. I'm like, oh my god, she's lying!
Catch that. She actually has to show.
They showed her fingers crossed. Sure, I'm
Hilarious.
not going to try anything.
The Giles comes back to the Peep Show girl, and like he gives
Brings
her
her
like
some
an
food.
apple or a peach or something, and is like really nice to her. Well, kind of.
He's
like,
like,
"You
I'm
got a few
gonna
hours
kill
of
you
it."
in a couple hours because you're a supreme sacrifice. But here's an apple to eat for a while. So she hits him over the head with a piece of wood when he starts.
How did she
ranting.
get the key? Because it was still on him, and she somehow managed
I have
to
that.
just
That's another one
escape.
of those cuts where it's like,
and
she's
now she's
running down the
running.
street.
Well, he shows that he has the key. She hits him again, and the key just switches places, I guess.
She throws
Magic.
some weighty chains.
Oh, yeah,
like
he's
a
like,
whole
"Oh,
clump
no."
of them in his face, like, and she like chucks those things. I like the stairwell chase though, and he's clacking off the sides of the railing with the chain.
What an idiot, though.
This is fucking like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shit right here.
It's like wrapped around the thing.
Yeah, he flips over the side of it like fucking Shredder and goes over the railing. So when he hits the ground, it flashes back to this nonsensical backstory that
Oh my
hilarious.
God.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that kind of threw me off. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Flashback to Giles as a child. Where's his brother?
He was there. He was taller. But for some reason, it was like I don't know what the connection of people were.
I don't know.
Or if he was just mad that Santa was necking on a woman. Was it his mom?
I got the idea that Santa was his father. And then he walks in on Santa.
I think
and the blonde lady.
He says something like dad or something like that.
But also, Giles gets, for Christmas, the Santa comes over with like a sack of toys or something. He's handing
drops
him
them over the floor, yeah.
Giles gets a knife, like a little Swiss Army knife, and he
just
just
starts
stabbing the air.
And all the parents are like, it's so cute.
I know, like, you should be really concerned about this child.
He looks like a fucking serial killer, that kid.
I got the dad was the Santa, and
somehow the dad,
Giles walked in on him.
Somehow the dad hit the mom in a way that made her fall down the stairs, even though they were nowhere fucking near the stairs.
Yeah.
So he knew it was his dad, but he's mad at Santa. That's where I'm confused. Like, he knows that that's not Santa, he knows that's his dad, but he's gonna kill everyone who's dressed like Santa.
What year?
What the fuck is going on?
What year did this?
Good point.
What year did Silent Night Deadly Night come out? Was it
84?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this whole seeing something when you were a child, some trauma.
It's the same thing in Pieces, too.
With Santa, is just setting these people off.
I don't know that the Pieces thing, like, he didn't see something. He hacked his mom to death with an axe.
That's because she was being a bee.
And she's like, wait, porno puzzle? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, put it in the garbage. He's like, huh, no, I'm going to hit you with an axe, fucker.
He wants that porno.
Yeah.
Do we get... Is that... Okay, so we get the flashback scene. I can't remember if it was before the flashback scene where the old ending where the killer's not really dead and he jumps up. Did that happen?
No.
Or does it happen after the flashback scene? We see that.
None of that happens. That's it, right?
No, the peep show girl goes down and she starts approaching him and he jumps up like,
oh yeah,
and then it cuts to Harris just in his apartment.
I guess he's invincible now.
Yeah, I know, because he fell fucking 10, 12 stories.
Oh yeah, that guy's dead.
So
Harris
has the dream, right? And then he wakes up and opens that gift that he wasn't supposed to open.
It was from his brother.
Uh-huh.
And it was like
it's a
bomb.
music box.
Yeah, carousel or something. And,
it's like a little Santa.
It explodes off to the side. He's fine. He just kind of moves out of the way.
If Donald Pleasance lived after 2, I mean, Perdom is fine.
I don't think it looked like a small explosion. It looked like he probably has hearing loss and maybe
probably
some vision
supposed
issues.
To be,
but
he expected him to be
maybe
holding
a first-degree burn
or something.
And then credits roll.
And I'm wondering, how the fuck did Giles get out of the mental facility all the time and make all these killings?
You're not supposed to ask.
And no one was looking for him either. It's not like we've got a mental patient escape. No,
that
didn't happen.
Oh well.
Yeah. It was still pretty good.
Alright, this was Ben's pick, so Ben, you go first.
I had a really fun time watching this movie. I've given it 8 out of 10.
Holy shit! That's the only one this movie's ever gotten, ever.
I will watch this around every Christmas now. I loved London. It reminded me of New York City and Maniac, just the grittiness, dirtiness of people. I do have a problem. I was shocked when I looked and saw this as 1984 because it really looks like at least 1980 or even before that. But I thought the cinematography looked great. I thought London just looked creepy. Very Jack the Ripper look to it. You could just picture these alleyways, victims running and hiding, and bad acting, but it was a lot of fun. The kills were really good. I liked that the Santa didn't just use one weapon. It was whatever he could find. It was kind of a shocking ending. I didn't see Kate dying. I thought she was the final girl. The whodunit, it's kind of done well, but then once it is revealed, you can kind of go back in your head and go, oh, shit, yeah, I should have easily seen who it was. But I thought the mask was really creepy. It was just a lot of fun. I was glad I picked this one.
Alright, Cobra.
I'm going to give this a 5.5 out of 10.
You're ridiculous.
It's slightly better than average. It is fun, but there are so many flaws with it, too. Like, the whole idea of these Santas running around and this crazy guy being right there where they always are, killing them.
That's Jason Voorhees, though.
But
I guess that's a small.
You think Don't Open Till Christmas is better than Friday?
I never said that. I said it's a lot of fun.
Okay, but you just gave that an 8.
Yeah, I would probably give Friday the 13th an 8 too.
But I think every Friday the 13th is better than this movie.
I will say,
yeah, probably.
If the cut didn't look as good as it did, like the clarity, the rip that was uploaded, I probably would have hated this movie because I can't stand when you can't see.
I was expecting something like To All a Good Night where I couldn't see.
Yeah.
And this one was not like that.
Actually, I would really like to try to find a good copy of To All a Good Night and see if I enjoy that a lot more. Mm-hmm. But sorry, go on.
No, I mean there's some good kills, and some of them look pretty bad. It's fun though because it's got that 80s feel, like the dance scene and that woman at the end who's just doing that video or whatever she's doing. Like it's wacky, it's goofy.
Don't you give every movie a 5 if there's some nice gratuitous nudity in it?
Yeah,
so you're only bumping this a half point more.
It's a 5.5.
Okay.
It's just not. It's not great.
Well,
it's better than average.
I'm going to disappoint you too here, Ben, because I gave it a 6. So, this has everything that a slasher has. It's got a lot of kills, like a ton of them, and they're all kinds of different ways. There's nudity. There's
not that I don't want to hear what you think of it.
It's fine. There's a lot of misdirection. There's a lot of first-person kills. This has all the elements of a slasher. The parts in between the kills are kind of important, but they serve to move the movie along more than to actually fill in any gaps. I mean, they're trying to make a mystery out of it, but they're doing such a bad job of putting it all together that...
But it still shocked you.
Well, I was like...
Not shocked, but...
The fun part was figuring out that like each person that you had on your list of potential suspects was being scratched out. So that was pretty fun. And the kills were pretty good. It just... It felt like a movie that was directed by 3 different people. So... maybe if they could have kept some consistency, maybe if some of the sets were a little better, it would get a higher grade, but I still think it's above average. So, I'm going to actually read somebody else's review of this. It's
no.
2 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
Ho, ho, ho.
What a jerk.
Alright, so the plot's something like this. There's some guy who goes around in random masks and he kills a bunch of people who dress up as Santa Claus. Scotland Yard tries to find him, but they really suck. The daughter of one of the Santas he tries to kill finds him and succeeds, but her deductions don't make any sense. Then everybody dies except for the serial killer. Merry Christmas. I knew this wasn't going to be pretty when they misspelled the name of the film in the opening credits.
Did they?
Yes, they did. It's almost entirely made up of scenes that are so short and so all over the place that you really can't make any connection of what's going on. The movie would be really predictable. There's a sinister, innocuous secondary character like in Scooby-Doo. Except that it's impossible to keep track of everything that's happening, as it's completely random. None of the characters are particularly likable, and the scenes really could be arranged in some sort of order. Nonetheless, some of the Santa deaths were fun. The castration was fun, as was the guy who was apparently soaking himself in gasoline before coming to work every day. So that's like a majority of these reviews are 2, 3, 4. Then one guy gave it a 10. I'm like, holy shit.
I'm not asking for it to win an Oscar. I'm just saying it was just a lot of fun.
I agree with that. I've seen a lot of the, what are they? Silent Night, Deadly Nights. And outside of the one with Garbage Day, that entire series is really fucking stupid, and I wouldn't want to go back to any of them.
See, that's what I think. Everyone loves Silent Night, Deadly Night. I like this a lot more.
I personally like the second one. The first one pretty much goes over the second one pretty much goes over the first one, right?
Silent Night, Deadly Night?
The second one does, but I think the first one, as a movie, is better.
Yeah.
But the second one's probably more fun.
Yeah. I would rather go back to the second one.
I still like Silent Night, Deadly Night better than
And you said they came out in 84 too, right?
Yeah, they both came out in 84.
Could you imagine both these movies with Killer Santas coming out at the same time now?
No.
Everything would suck. Like, just with social media, everything would be fucking terrible.
Santa would somehow be CG and space to be like, computer. No.
Alright, that's it for this episode. If you want to get a hold of us, facebook.com/horrorcasting, horrorcastings@gmail.com, and I guess we're on Twitter. I haven't been on there in like a year, but if we are, it's at horrorcasting. And we're on Podbean and iTunes, and YouTube. I put a bunch of the old episodes up. I'm putting all the Christmas ones up. So, yeah, see you next week with Gremlins.
Thrill me.